So I'm just going to do a quick recap on today's video. So I went and visited La Sagrada Familia. It's like a famous cathedral here in Barcelona. It's still under construction. They started it officially in 1883, and then famous architect Antonio, an artist Antonio Gaudi, kind of took charge of it until his death in 1936. And it's pretty much famous for his design. And since he took over the project, they've kind of stayed faithful to his vision of it. Then after that, I went to do like a walking tour of the cemetery of Montjuic, which is where a lot of famous people from Barcelona are buried. And it's like it's basically like kind of a massive city almost. It's kind of crazy like how large the cemetery is. And it's like made of rocks, and I don't know, there's like it's just amazing. You'll see in the video. But yeah, that's about it. That's all. I did that and kind of just chilled, snacked, just kind of had an easy day here in Barcelona because my main mission was to see La Sagrada Familia, and it's honestly, this video is not going to do it justice at all, and I think you have to experience it in person to truly get like a full feel of the place. And also, if you have time, Montjuic's a good walking tour, so I highly recommend taking that tour. And if you're really interested, I can send you a link. Just message me on YouTube. But also, if you've been watching my videos, like and subscribe. I'll be putting these out for another 6 weeks at least, and I think I have plans to do some other stuff once I get back home to the States. But yeah, so yeah, share my channel, like, subscribe, enjoy the content, because I will be churning it out every day for the next couple months. So bye.
All right, so I'm here in Barcelona, and my primary mission today is go to the famous church designed by Antonio Gaudi, called Sagrada Familia. It took me a long time to get to this point because you have to book months in advance. So if I'm able to go on a walking tour this afternoon, that's a plus. But if not, today's main mission is to see the Sagrada Familia. Hopefully, I could film inside the church and share it with you. But if not, I'll just have to describe it afterwards. But yeah, I'll film my way over there. Right now, I just left my hostel and I'm walking to the metro station. So it's about 20 minutes for me to get from my hostel to Sagrada Familia by metro. So I could share the journey with you. All right, so this is the entrance to the metro station, Balal. So this is my metro station I'll be using. And I purchased a ticket yesterday. Came preloaded with like 10 rides. So this is the card to use. And all you got to do is, I think it was about 13 euros. So, and it's about like 1650 USD. See people going through there like tapping. So you just tap it like that. And then you walk through. All right. Next step is I got 7 stops to Sagrada Familia, and I see to look for the correct direction. So I'm in line 5. So we just gotta pick the right side. So Valdebron. So go there. And yeah, just walk down. Alright, so I have to get on this train here. Let's see, it's not too crowded, so luckily this place has its own stop, so it's pretty easy to navigate. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Alright, so I've arrived here. You can see it. It's kind of cool. Kind of just like pops up on you as soon as you get out of the station. So I'm gonna find out where the queue is and try to grab a coffee or something because I need some caffeine. Like, but even from here, it looks crazy. Like a big sandcastle or something. All right, so we're at the entrance, and wow, Still doing a lot of construction on this thing. Huh? Hey, Mom, I thought you said this thing was done already. I guess not. Oh, looks cool. All right, travel hack. Doors open at 9 and they're letting people in early, so I'm in line right now. Hopefully, I'll be in by that time. So. Now, this place had some really tight security, so it took me a minute to get in. But yeah, it's getting super crowded already. I don't think we get in for another couple minutes, so yeah, here's some of the details though from the outside. I'm downloading the guide now, so I can give you a little bit more stuff of it, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah, they've been working on it for like over 100 years. I mean, honestly, in the scheme of things, these things usually take like 500 years to complete, so this one's built in relatively quickly. So this is the model of what the church is gonna look like when it's completed. So you can see it very well. I should have chosen a better color, but so Gaudi was 31 whenever we started working on this. Let's walk towards the end. Look at these metal doors. Wow, this is really incredible. I think Gaudi, they said in the guide that Gaudi's intention was to make this accessible to people from all over the world. Like all the Gospels are supposed to be understandable to anybody who can't read or write by just looking at the statues on the outside. But so far they've completed 13 of the towers and they're still working on the other ones. So whenever it's completed, this will be what the views are when you come to Mass from the pews. It's really pretty though. The colors are incredible. Yeah, these things are cool. They look kind of like a little, I don't know, they look like almost alien or something. But I noticed here that they have like a stained glass dedicated to Mary, the visions of Mary. This one's from Fatima. The other one here is Guadalupe. That's kind of tough to read from here. Yeah, it's just like incredible though. Look at those. It's like a living thing almost. I feel like I'm inside like a creature. Yeah, can't really see the writing through the screen here. just like the colors here are just incredible. Look at that. Just the way like the light comes through. Like, every time you like look at this place and you just look at a different angle, you just notice like there's just endless details.
Les recordamos que la Basílica de la Sagrada Familia es un espacio de culto dedicado a la espiritualidad y al recogimiento. Les pedimos que mantengan el silencio y un comportamiento respetuoso durante su visita. Gracias por su comprensión.
We remind you that the Basilica of the Sagrada Familia is a place of worship dedicated to spirituality and contemplation. We ask you to maintain silence.
So this is what the base looked like when they started construction on it. There's some of the early work tools that they used like 100 years ago. Yeah, I guess this is what the towers will look like when they're completely done. So it's gonna have 13 towers, one for each apostle, and then one for the final one for Jesus. St. Barnabas. Sorry, I feel like I just keep like re-recording the same stuff, but it's like everywhere I go, I see like new details and new. So you're probably gonna want to like be stopping this video a lot just to look at different things, you know. You'll probably be able to see stuff that I don't even notice. St. Barnabas. Never heard of him. So that's not St. Barnabas, that's St. Joseph, and he's facing Mary on the other side. So it's Mary. So if you look up at the pillars, like they don't branch out. So it's like kind of a unique superstructure that holds the entire building up from inside instead of needing external support. So all the supports are internal. So it's like it starts as one big column and just branches like that, like a hand kind of. So you'll see it up there. Just kind of interesting. So these big pillars will hold up the largest spire once it's done. So like the outer part of the church is like the main part where people who couldn't read or write could actually understand like the stories of Jesus out here. I mean, I've said this like several dozen times in this video, but just you could just endlessly look at this thing and it's just details and details stacked on details. This makes you more and more curious about what you're looking at. It definitely looks like a living thing though, for real. Yeah, it's like the depictions of Roman soldiers are like so ominous and scary. Just like over there, you could see them like playing dice to see who's gonna get Jesus's leftovers, all his clothes and stuff, his personal possessions after they crucify him. Story of the Passion here. Yeah, I mean it's if you have no idea what's going on, this is definitely if you're like a foreigner who never say anything about the Bible, this will definitely make you curious. Yeah, I need to get a visual angle from a distance to get the side to soak it all in really. Yeah, I just find it really fascinating how they incorporated nature into this building and You can see like the workshop here today. They're still making 3D models. It's all together. It's really cool. Yeah, so exactly. So this is how Gaudi basically did it. He would build it first and like a little model and then just scale it up. All right, so I'll do one last view of this side of it, like up close view. So you can see all like the different style. I like the other side. It's totally different like kind of style too. The faces are more like angular, kind of almost like robotic. These ones are more of like older style. This was like the first bit that they completed right away though. So this part was built like in the 30s. So this is like the oldest part of the cathedral right here. Kind of give people an idea of what it was going to look like as they continue with the work. So yeah, I was in there for like about an hour and a half, and yeah, it's just getting like so crowded with people. But I probably could have spent like another hour or two in there. But apparently, like I got the most basic ticket, so I wasn't allowed to go up in the towers or go to where Gaudi's tomb is at the bottom. It kind of sucks, but what can you do? Next time I'll get the full meal deal and be able to see all the different sites, so it'll be better. But no, it was good. Like, definitely recommend it. It's just fascinating building, like extremely interesting to look at, and yeah, just it's definitely like it's definitely one a modern wonder for sure, and I would definitely come back to this place. Yeah, you can still see them working now with the crane there. The crane's still moving around. It's such a beautiful structure. All right, here's my last view of it. I'm leaving the Sagrada Familia area for the rest of the day. I don't know, maybe I might come across it if I do the walking tour. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, definitely worth the visit. It's really cool, fascinating to look at. It's a work in progress. Come to Barcelona if you get a chance. All right, so today we're doing a cemetery tour here in Montjuic, which is about 140 acres. So we'll get to learn about the famous people of Barcelona by looking at their graves today. So, wow, this place is already pretty impressive. It's kind of very interesting to see these tombs here. Yeah, wow. Kind of boring, but the one in Paris, the famous one, it's amazing. So this place was established in 1883 when actually they started the Sagrada Familia. So it's relatively new, I guess, in the scheme of things when you're talking about European timeline. So Sagrada Familia started 1883, and this is started in 1883. So the netting here is whenever like a piece of it falls off, they just for precaution they just cover it in netting in order to do repairs and fix it. And usually it starts like they keep it on for years before they make the repairs. So this family actually owned sugar plantations in Cuba in the late 19th century. So a lot of this money was probably a lot of money used to build this was from um, labor that was either slave or coerced, through like debt peonage type of situation. So not the best sort of funds to make this stuff. This place is just incredible. Just look at that; it's like endless. continues on and on up there to that hill there. Yeah, like all the way up there. It goes all the way up that way, top of that hill. So each of these is where families own a little section here, like this little stone, and basically everyone in the family gets buried in the same spot. As soon as, but you can only bury people within 2 years, or intern people, I guess is the proper word, because it takes that much time for the body to properly decompose, and then they push the bones to the back, and then space is made for the next family member who passes. So it's kind of a different sort of ritual, I guess, than we have back in the States. You can see like the shipyards over there, store like the oil and stuff. They're really impressive though. It's crazy. I guess the tour guide is saying that the seagulls lay their eggs here, or at least on the upper part of the like hilly part up there, and they get super aggressive whenever you get close to them, but especially whenever it's like hatching season. So he said we're like a few weeks away from that. So they're still aggressive, but not like hyper aggressive, I guess, right now. Check this out. It's like a Egyptian pyramid. Huh. That's cool. So this guy Anthony was a wealthy industrialist here in Barcelona, and his investments in the city like cloth industry helped to make it what it is today. He also did like little side gigs in wine like trades. But this is like his famous like statue here in the cemetery. It's pretty interesting looking, but if you look close, you could see like he has like a little placard with his like industrial factory in the back. Some of these are like really incredible. Look at that. It's like ancient Greece here. Feels like I'm in like Manhattan of the dead here. It's just like hills and hills of graves, all these rocks, everything you can see, these piles, all families, people, tombs. Millions of people buried in this cemetery. Some copper thieves peeled all the letters off of this grave here. But there's like a giant door behind it that they forgot, which actually probably weighed more than all those letters. It's kind of funny. So the person who's buried here is once the mayor of Barcelona at one point in time, and he kind of told the Spanish central government to stuff it because they didn't want to pay the extra taxes that the government was levying after they lost the war, the Spanish-American War to the United States. So in order to make up for the tax shortfall, they started raising taxes in all the big cities here in Spain, and they really didn't want to pay for it because they felt like they shouldn't have got involved in that war in the first place. Yeah, this does feel like the Manhattan of the dead. Crazy. This is where the ferries come. There's like a ferry there.
BHP in their ships that were trying to it was kind of like a recording. It'd be ridiculous the way they pitch it. They'd say like, yeah, this project